Alright guys, sorry about that. Let's try this again. The camera had something pop up on it, so it stopped on me. So let's go ahead and look at this. We were looking at what expressions can be simplified using the distributive property. If I look at the first one, I can pull out the square root of 2. Alright, so this one can be simplified by using the distributive property. This one, I cannot simplify those in any way to get the same thing under the radical, so therefore I cannot do that. Let's look at this one. I can simplify the square root of 45 as the square root of 9 times 5, which would be 3 square root of 5. Then I can pull out the square root of 5. Alright? Look at this one. I can rewrite this as 2 times the square root of 4 times 2, which is 4 square root of 2. I can pull out the square root of 2. And then I have this one. I'm sorry, I skipped this one. I can factor this one. I can factor out the square root of 7 as part of this. So I can use distributive property here. 4 plus the square root of 11, I cannot rewrite the square root of 11, so I'm good. I cannot rewrite this in any way to have similar things under the radical. Square root of 12 and the square root of 75, I can rewrite this. This would be the square root of 4 times 3, so 2 square root of 3 minus the square root of 75 is 5 square root of 3, because I can pull that out as 25 times 3. So I can use distributive property there. Looking at this one, can I use distributive property here? I can do the square root of 16 times 2, so that would be 4 square root of 2, which means I can pull the square root of 2 out there. Here, I cannot simplify these in any way in order to get the same thing under the radical, so I cannot factor using distributive property here. Alright, so let's look at some of these examples. These have been taken, example number 1 has been taken out of what we just did. So let's look at this. Explain how the expression 8.3 square root of 2 plus 7.9 square root of 2 can be simplified using the distributive property. Well, just like I explained to you a few minutes ago, I can pull something that they have in common. I can pull that square root of 2 out, and I get 8 3/10 plus 7 9/10. Alright? Which means I can go ahead and add those together, and I get square root of 2 times, let's see, that's 12, 16.2. So I would rewrite that as 16 2/10 square root of 2. Explain how the expression 11 square root of 7 minus 6 square root of 7 plus 3 square root of 2 can be simplified using the distributive property. So once again, like I explained, I can take that square root of 7 out, and I get 11 minus 6 plus this 3 square root of 2. Simplify this. 11 minus 6 is 5, so I get 5 square root of 7 plus 3 square root of 2. There is nothing else I can do. I cannot go any further, because I don't have anything alike under the radical. Alright? Explain how the expression 19 square root of 2 plus 2 square root of 8 can be simplified using the distributive property. Well, we're going to rewrite. So we have 19 square root of 2, and I cannot rewrite that. The square root of 2 is as simple as I can go. But I can rewrite this as 2 times the square root of 4 times the square root of 2. Alright, so then I get 19 square root of 2 plus 2 times square root of 4 is 2 times the square root of 2. Alright, so I have 19 square root of 2 plus 2 times 2 is 4 square root of 2. Now I can pull that square root of 2 out. So I have 19 plus 4 square root of 2. 19 plus 4 is 23 square root of 2. Alright. Example number 3. Can the expression square root of 7 plus 2 square root of 10 be simplified using the distributive property? Think about this for just a second. Remember, our whole goal is to simplify the best that we can. Alright. Square root of 7 cannot be simplified. Square root of 10 cannot be simplified. So there is no way. So no, the expression cannot be simplified. Because neither term can be rewritten. In a way that we can use distributive property. So neither one can be rewritten in a way that we can use distributive property. To determine if an expression can be simplified, you must first simplify each of the terms within the expression. Then apply the distributive property or other properties as needed to simplify the expression. Alright, so our goal is we have to be able to simplify them first and see if we can get the radical to be the same. Alright guys, that is the entire lesson. It was a very short and simple lesson.